All right, we'll get started. We'd like to welcome Brian Harman into the interview room here at the RSM Classic. Brian's making his 12th start in the event and first as a major champion. Brian, coming off a runner-up last year, how exciting is it to come back to the RSM Classic and be playing at home this week?
Yeah, getting to sleep in your own bed is always a nice treat, especially the PGA Tour event. Just happy to be playing this golf tournament again. It's a great event. Davis has done a great job, and Todd as well. Todd Thompson, he has been running this thing for several years now, and the event just keeps getting better every year.
Making your first start on tour since the Tour Championship, how's the state of your game coming into this week?
TBD. We haven't been working as hard as we probably should have. Been taking advantage of this off season and trying to rest up, heal up, and trying to get a little bit stronger in the gym. Trying to just grab that little bit of improvement where I can.
All right, we'll take some questions out here. If you have a question, we'll get a microphone to you. We'll start with Gary.
Good. How are you?
Brian, I'm wondering, since the British Open, has your life changed in any measurable way, and do you see yourself any differently as a player since then, and do you sense other tour players have a different perception of you after you having won a major?
Some of the commitments, there's been a lot of obligations, which I'm happy to do. It's just my time management's had to get a little bit better. I've had to just compartmentalize and figure out where I'm going to be at certain times and really try to take advantage of what I'm doing at the current time. I don't see myself any differently. I'm just going to keep working as hard as I can. As far as other players, I don't know. I haven't. Obviously, everyone's been very supportive and a lot of congratulations, but I'm not sure.
Other questions? Brett?
Brian, I haven't really talked to you since the Ryder Cup. Well, I know it didn't end the way you wanted to, but what were your impressions? The first one you've been looking forward to for a long time.
Yeah, my expectations for the Ryder Cup were exceeded as far as my experience was. It's such an interesting event because you don't. I'll start by saying my favorite part of it was getting to know all the guys on the team at like a more intimate level. Like it was so cool to be up close and watch like elite golfers compete and so for me it was incredible. And especially like teaming up with a guy like Max Homa, who is so good at golf and so competitive, to watch him play so well and be rooting for him like right next to him the entire time. It's just, I felt like I had a front row seat to like ultimate golfing performance. And it's just not something that you get to experience as a team and just rooting those guys on. So with that aspect of it, was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
Were you surprised at all by the emotion? I mean, whatever happened Saturday night between Rory and everything else that goes into the week, did that sort of catch you off guard, or were you prepared for it?
No, it didn't catch me off guard just because I knew the way that I felt, and I knew how passionate I felt about it, and I knew the way that our team felt about it. So those types of things are bound to happen because everyone is just, it's like a powder keg. I mean, everyone's on full tilt, and you go through this emotional roller coaster for matches, and all you want to do is win a match. All you want to do is make that putt, and it's just, you're just right there. It's just like one little thing can set anybody off.
Being that close to those players, is there anything you felt like you learned from the week or that you will do differently going forward?
As far as like
just watching those guys prepare, as you said, and how they do their business.
Well, what's interesting is that everyone goes. Can we just like put these down? Okay. Everyone prepares a little bit differently, and it's interesting to see the way that different guys get ready to go. So for me, the only difference is it's just trusting your process and like what you do to get ready to go play. And everyone's different, and you can pick up little things here or there, like, oh, I really like how that guy, does that. I like how that guy gets ready to go. But the most important thing is that you're ready to go and that you're comfortable. And I think just being demanding with your own preparation and what you need to be ready to go is probably what I took forward from that.
Hey, Brian. The guy who's got the inside track for Rookie of the Year, he's 35, Eric Cole. I just wondering, looking back on your career, can you imagine having to sort of work at it and toil and laying your head?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's what we all. It's what we all do, man, and that's a testament to his grit and determination. I can appreciate that for sure. I mean, it's an awesome story. What he's been able to do to stick with it that long, when I'm sure the voices in his head, and he's probably got a lot of friends like, "Hey, man, are you sure you still want to keep?" You know, but just to have that belief and just to know that if he stuck with it, I'm sure he's probably even surprised. It's almost like when you start having success, you start like surprising yourself, like, well, I didn't know I could do that, and that's a pretty cool place to be. So it's been fun to watch him do what he's done, and he plays a lot, and he plays some really, really good golf.
You talk about grit, and every player that's been around long enough has a story where they say, "I'm going to quit, I'm done," or
Yeah.
What's the closest you feel like you've come to quitting?
Earlier this year, I was asking my agent about announcing jobs already. So we all get there. We all have those thoughts. Everyone's in a place that, like we operate on these razor thin margins, and a couple shots a day, and you're out of the game. I mean, it can happen so quick, and I like operating on that edge. Like I like it mattering. I like when it means the most, and I like where that puts my head as far as like how hard I work.
Where were we exactly when you sent these texts?
I think March. I think it was March. June? Oh, yeah, a little later than March, I guess. Oh no, I ponder it all the time. I think anybody thinks about it. I mean, I don't think it's bad to have those thoughts. What's bad is when you let them like become your reality. No, he told me exactly what I needed to hear. Like, no, we're not doing that yet, Brian.
The roller coaster of an emotional career on that spectrum, have you found a way that works for you to get away from those thoughts?
Well, no, because I think some of my best golf has been played right after It's kind of like that. It's just a cycle. It's like you play, you work your ass off. You get like to whatever like a mini little peak is, and then something you stop doing the things that got you there, and so you start this kind of downhill thing, and then it just snowballs, and then it's rock bottom, which is like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go do something else, and then it's like, no, I'm not going to do that, and then you start working hard again, and then you're working your way up to the top again. So it's always in constant motion, and it's kind of like you're either getting better or you're getting worse, and your mindset and the way that you approach everything is sort of what determines what part of that projection you're on.
Did the Ryder Cup put a dent in your hunting season at all?
Oh yeah.
And have you been able to get out?
Gosh, I'm such a with my place. I'm such a perfectionist. It's like I haven't done much hunting. I've done more like trying to dig ditches and like get the water to move the right way and keeping the place dry and keeping the grass mowed and trying to fix roads. Like I've almost gotten more pleasure out of all the preparation than I have the actual hunting part. My dad and brother they've been doing all the hunting.
No elk hunting in Utah?
No elk trip this year. Sad to miss that one. But I will be back to do that.
And just one more thing, as I wonder what you thought of our Jacksonville kid playing quarterback for Georgia this year. Give me a scat report on Carson Beck.
Well, so I hadn't been to Athens for a game in probably 7 or 8 years. Young family, just hard. So I was up for the Missouri game 2 weeks ago, and then I had my 2 oldest kids up for the Ole Miss game. And it's been really cool to watch his progression as he's gotten more and more comfortable. And I watched him make some throws on Saturday that you just can't make. I mean, he's locked in. It's his team. He's the leader of that team. I'm really proud. I mean, I don't know Carson at all, but just it's been a lot of fun to watch his progression and how he is. I mean, he's the total leader of that team now, which is what you want out of your quarterback.
Well said, Brian.
Tough to transition from Georgia football talk.
Let's talk some more Georgia football.
Yeah, tell me about Ladd. Everything you need to know. I need to know about Ladd. Can
You
you
ever seen a better route runner than Ladd McConkey?
Brock?
Huh? Yeah, Brock. Well, yeah. Ladd can't block like Brock can. But they're different. They play different positions, man.
All right. There was a policy board meeting yesterday. There was a memo this morning on where the tour is as far as negotiations go. Just what are your general thoughts on whatever direction the tour seems to be heading in?
It's been kind of quiet lately. I haven't heard anything. I trust our leadership. I think Tiger coming on board has been really positive for all the players. We've all got his back. I think our goal is just transparency from here on out, and just to make the best decision for the entire membership. I haven't read the memo, so I don't know what happened yesterday, but I'm sure I'll hear some more today. But I feel good about the direction things are going, and I'm not smart enough to. I'm not on the policy board. I'm not in any of the meetings, but I do trust the guys that are there, and I think they'll make the right decisions.
One more in the back on the left.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, two questions. You said you were interested in the broadcasting side. So, if you had your choice, you could broadcast the golf or cover golf. What would you choose? And then the second question is, have you ever played golf with Kirby Smart? And have you done anything about his temperament or his game on the golf?
So, first question, I think the sideline reporter that just reports nothing, I think I could do that. Like, oh, it's sunny out. Back to you up in the box. Yeah. I've played 9 holes with Kirby Smart. He's got an interesting golf swing. By interesting, I mean not great, but he's a lot of fun to play golf with. He's as passionate about that. He gets very frustrated that he's not better at golf. I'm like, well, you don't spend near the time, golfing that you do recruiting, and you're really good at recruiting. So, you know that you have to spend more time doing it. You can't. His expectations for golf are for the amount he plays, but he loves it. And I really enjoy getting to meet him a little bit.
All right, Brian. Thank you for your time.
Thanks,
Best of
guys.
luck this week.
Appreciate it.